Anyway, it's Footy Prime. There's no dubs today, but you can still listen. Don't turn off.
Don't turn it off.
Still listen. The rest of us are here. Okay. It wasn't a great way to end yesterday, was it?
No.
The news filtered down about Moise Bombito breaking his tibia for Nice against Monaco. I still feel quite down about it all because I don't think there's a player in this entire squad that has the upside as Moise Bombito and how important he is for this team. Last week, Jimmy, for example, we're saying who's the most irreplaceable on this team, and I think we agreed it's probably John David. But I tell you what, a really close second is Moise Bombito. And okay, the World Cup's not until next June. We can get into that. But I think collectively, Canada Soccer, this Monday morning, have a right to feel full of despair and depression. It's a dark morning.
Holy jeez.
That's how I feel. I don't feel good.
Hey, if it happened in April, that would be the feeling.
Okay.
But I'm confident that he can get back to full fitness before the World Cup.
I agree.
And the other thing I just think of, Sharms, is how quickly Tajon came back. And I like that is if that is how quickly and how controlled the physiotherapy is and the healing process now, that they can do that in 5-6 months, that a fibia broken is back playing. That's pretty sensational. That's great on the medical side.
Okay, but so Tajon did his leg at Copa America, didn't he?
Yeah.
So July, was it July? Was it still June?
I don't remember exactly.
Whenever it was, June or July.
Yeah.
He's only recently got back to full form.
About 3 months ago, he was in full form, let's say. Because he was playing. Well, he was practicing.
Back, yeah.
And
listen, it's kind of, we don't know the severity of this particular tibia. We're going to find out more today. Matthew Shinetti at TSN is pretty close to the camp, so follow him. He'll have updates as soon as he gets them, I'm sure. We don't know how serious. You're right. He could well be back in short order, comparatively speaking. Is a broken leg after all. If it's not displaced, I suppose. But it's more about once he's back, how quickly can he get back to full fitness and top form, Jimmy? That's got to be the biggest challenge.
That is going to be the challenge. And where did I read it? For every month, it's an extra week of training that you miss to get your fitness back up, right? So you're already going to have your 6 weeks, but then it's another week on top of that for this month, and another week for the next month. And so there's a lot that goes into it. And look, we've been injured before, and it's a lonely place. It really is. When you're coming in every morning, you're on the treatment table. Players are all coming in. You can hear all the buzzing, the banter. Then they're out training, traveling to matches. You're watching them on TV. It's mentally, it's draining. It's very, very difficult place to be. And Liam Miller has gone through the same thing, but fortunately, he's back. He's back in the national team squad. And you never want to see a player get injured. And at the same time, we saw another player come in and replace a Bombito and do an unbelievable job, and probably would never had the chance if Bombito was injured. And Luke de Fougerolles, right? We really got to see what he was all about. So now we know, okay, well, we know what Bombito is. Luke de Fougerolles come in and he's done a hell of a job in that center back role. Liam Miller, when he was, almost cemented down that left side, and all of a sudden Ali Ahmed now, he's the main guy on that left side, and we really get to see what he can do now. So now we know that competition down the left is going to be amazing before the World Cup. Center back positions are going to be great before the World Cup. So, you hate seeing players get injured, but just in a squad, you get to see other players step in and try to take, that situation and grab it with both hands.
Craig kind of, not want to say joking, but last night on the dark web talking, and yes, we as in Canada has more depth now than perhaps ever before, until a top player goes out, and then you realize, man, we're pretty close to all out despair, right? Luke de Fougerolles, it has been a fantastic story, and he's only going to get better. He's playing every week at Dender, and he looked really good for Canada. Derek Cornelius got an assist this past weekend at Rangers. Derek's going to be there. Then there's a bit of a drop-off. Jamie Bell is very young. Kamal Miller hasn't been part of Jesse Marsh squad for really a long time, really. So this depth we champion, and yes, it's great. It isn't quite as deep, perhaps, as we think when you start to lose a star player.
Yeah, no, it's he's an important figure for sure, Bombito. Like you said, like he's probably the second most important to Jonathan David, arguably. But we do have a little bit of depth there, and like Jimmy says, it'll be an opportunity for other players to come in and see what they can do. And for the most part, they've stepped up and done very well when that's happened. But you can't get away from the fact that he's a quality player with his pace, and hopefully he doesn't lose a yard when he comes back.
Did you also see what Sharms did there? He came in all negative. That allows you, Craig, and you, Jimmy, to be all positive. It really sets you up well. So, Sharms, congratulations on that.
Everyone feels so positive now, don't they? Oh, it's good news.
It's no longer Manic Monday. It is Brilliant Monday. It's Opportunity Monday.
Yeah.
Hey, nowadays
he can't get injured while he's injured.
No, that's exactly it.
He could be fresh for the World Cup, right? That is. I always think about this when you get these early season injuries and it's a World Cup year. Is that, well, if they get back and get healthy, they're going to be fresh.
Not only that, Sharms, isn't it better if you are, and I know that injuries, you don't want injuries, but if you are going to get injured, it's better that it's now than like a month before the World Cup or during the World Cup. Like you are at a place where you're going to have come back fresh, have a real chance at feeling great again during training. So,
yeah, but here's the concern with that, with Moise Bombito, and I'm not sure which leg it was, but he's just coming off end of last season a stress fracture to a tibia. Was it Craig's phone?
No, it's Jimmy's. It's Jimmy's. Okay. I saw him look down.
Turn
off your phone, Jimmy.
Right, he had a
job. I know it's my daughter's at school.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Moise Bombito's had a stress fracture to his tibia. Now, I'm not sure if it's the same leg or not. If it is, that's a concern. Right?
Say that again. Explain that.
No, Moise Bombito is coming off end of last season a stress fracture.
Oh, I see.
To a tibia. Now, I'm not sure which tibia it was, so let's not speculate too much. But if it's the same leg, that's a worry, isn't it? That's a huge worry.
I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor, but I don't think it's a major concern.
It's not related? Couldn't be related?
Well, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
You get a stress fracture to a tibia, and then you break the same tibia, if it's the same tibia, months later. It's just coincidence.
I just think how strong it's going to be.
See?
I hope so.
Sharps.
I like the spin.
Sharps is trying to make this go negative.
We're just trying to be realistic. It's a conversation to have.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the main concern is this one particularly and where it is, how bad it is. Is it a hairline fracture? Is it broken completely? Is it dislocated? Is there displacement? Is it lower in the leg, mid leg, upper leg? All these different factors. It looks lower, but that can also be problematic as well.
Someone shared the injury on the dark web. Was it the video? I can't watch ankle or leg injuries.
Oh no, it's not a grotesque. I mean, it's a broken leg. It's not great, but it's not one of those flippy floppy angled ones.
Okay.
Because I'm the same as you. I can't watch those.
I can't watch ankle turns or broken legs. It's the one thing. I can watch other things, but that, because I've done it so many times, I can't do that. I can't watch it.
You wouldn't know, Wonger. You wouldn't
No.
It was really quite a freak accident, really. And it doesn't literally look that bad from the video and the angles that they have, which is only a couple.
Craig went deep dive into it. Wanted to see every angle.
Frame by frame.
Yeah, frame by frame.
Yeah.
Well, it did seem in one angle that as if the leg buckled before the contact, but who the hell knows? It's all irrelevant. It's a broken leg regardless. We'll find out more today, like I said. It's more about, okay, now moving forward, Luc de Vaugirel, who's a right-footed too, I think, isn't he? And then so is Bombito, so it works well with Cornelius. We saw that in the last window. And I know nowadays you can play either side, top defenders, but I suppose, Jimmy, ideally you have a lefty with a righty, right? Is that as a coach?
Ideally,
yeah. Have that?
Ideally, that's what you want. Yeah. Gives you balance, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In the center back role.
So this fits well. We shouldn't forget that Luke de Fougerel is a very young player as well. He's still raw. But you got to think he's looking in the mirror now and thinking, wow, what? You don't want to see my man get injured. But let's be honest, professional athletes, there's part of you. Am I right here, Craig? And thinking, well, pretty good day for me professionally at the moment. Am I being? Listen, let's be honest. Is that what professionals think?
Yes.
No, it's true. You never want to see your friend get injured, but then you're thinking, "Oh, that's an extra 4 games for me, more experience."
Yeah, I got a chance.
Did it happen to you guys? Did it happen to you, Craig? Do you remember a time when maybe a guy ahead of you got injured, or someone you're competing with?
Oh yeah. I didn't cheer and start doing the mood walk across the dressing room.
Until you got in your car on your way home. You're like,
Yeah, that's right. You're doing the mess around.
finally, it's happened to me.
Craig's car peels out the parking lot, windows down, the tunes are cranked. Like, wow, what's up with Forrest? There's Shaka in the room getting his freaking knee examined. How about you, Jimmy? Do you remember a time when you didn't want to see your buddy hurt? We have to always, before each comment, say that because you're good human beings. But do you remember a specific moment?
Yeah, when I was at Bristol City, and I was just starting to kind of get into the team. I had a match here and there, and I had a taste for it. I had a guy, Brian Tinian, in front of me, Mickey Bell, and Darren Bernard, 3 guys down the left side, and they were all quality players. And every match, I was like, come on, I need to get in. How am I going to get in? And finally, one got injured. And I remember I knew I was getting a call. I was the next one to step in. The manager says, all right, listen, he's injured. You're playing on the weekend. And I flew out of that parking lot, cheering, going crazy. Obviously, I went in to go see Mickey. And I'm saying, hey, man, I'm so sorry.
Unlucky son.
Get back soon. And I got my car. I was like, yes, I get my chance. Finally, I've got my chance.
Hey, Wong, remember back in 2020, I got that really bad head cold.
Yes.
I couldn't do a couple of shows. Is that how you felt?
Did I ever? My shot at podcasting history. My legacy began.
John's, how your lungs feel? Is your head cold, or could this be creeping down to the lungs? You all right?
I never saw myself as hosting a podcast, so it was a great opportunity.
No, believe me.
Yeah, I know. Especially one about football/soccer.
Right, yeah, that's
never going to happen.
Yeah. Listen, you have to be honest about these things, right?
Yeah.
But bad news for Canada, terrible news for Canada. Jesse Marsh, just hate to think what he was saying over the weekend. But like you said, opportunities. Doors open, doors close, right? And it's early enough that hopefully he gets back in time. And we'll learn more today, and then we'll do this segment all over again tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Either happier or with more despair. John David started on the weekend. That was good. Didn't
Finally
score. 0-0.
Did you guys watch it? I watched it,
No.
and I couldn't believe the commentators were hammering him at times. Absolutely hammering him. They're like, I'm not sure you can play back to goal. I'm not sure you can do this. I was shocked with what I was hearing. Really, really was.
I've heard a couple of Italian-based podcasts, English-speaking podcasts, and they're beginning to kind of turn on him a little bit, which I think is ridiculous. But the same's happening in England with some high-profile signings who aren't, starting great. Suddenly, Alex Isak is a bust, and Alex Wirtz is a bust. Florian Wirtz, is a bust, right? It's all a little bit crazy at the moment. It's too early, isn't it, to get on these guys' cases right now, including John David?
It's normal. We see this happen all the time. It's tough. You want to stay away from social media and things like that and just get on with your job. But if you remember, when Jonathan David went to Lille, he didn't start off like a house on fire. I mean, it took him a while there to be consistent at that club. And I think he's finding the same thing at Juventus.
Well, for both you, Jimmy and Craig, what's that transition like going from a whole new club?
There's a lot of pressure. And the expectations at Juve are much different than at Lille. They expect to win titles, and that's what they're trying to do. Make sure they're in the Champions League spot, but actually try to win the title. So those expectations are incredibly high, and he never had that before. And I think the pressure would definitely be on people and individuals, and I think he's probably feeling that a little bit.
Yeah.
What is the toughest adjustment then, Jimmy, for a new player when you leave maybe a new country, let alone a new club? You got a new system, maybe. You got obviously new teammates. What is
New language, Sharms?
Language, yeah. What's the biggest
Mm-hmm.
adjustment for a player?
It's everything that you just mentioned there. Look, you tend to end up getting a move and get a lot of attraction from other teams and scouts. It's because you're settled where you are and you're enjoying your football and you're in a good environment that you're really starting to settle and you're just playing your football, the game that you love. And then when you do move, you're going into another dressing room, different players that you don't know, a manager that you don't know his style of play, his philosophy, what he wants to do. It takes you a lot of time to sort of to settle into that. And especially for foreigners, it takes a long time for foreigners to set in. They say it takes months before a foreigner truly, really settles into the environment. Different cultures, different language, different style of play in football. And so all of that takes its time. I remember, my move when I went to Forrest, I was the exact same thing. I started off, played a few games, but then I ended up going on the bench because it was taking me a little bit of time to settle in the style of play, speed of play. And then it finally, I eventually, grasped it and settled down and started to play. But it does take a little bit of time sometimes when you go into a new club.
He's also in a league that know how to defend, and they defend very well in that league traditionally. So I think that's got to be a factor too.
They always talk about what is the most stressful times in people's lives. And obviously death is one of the big ones, but like when a family member or a close friend passes. But the other one that I only found out after I took a couple of these kind of optimal career courses was moving. And like a moving day can you imagine, like you guys have done it, but even that whole moving all of your stuff, you're in a brand new club, brand new faces, brand new language. But even, hey, has my stuff arrived on the truck? Has my couch arrived? Has my bed arrived? All of those things that he's trying to get comfortable with, moving from. What do you say no to?
Professional football. He's just buying new shit.
Yeah, but it's all new shit. That means you have to work in your couch.
He's moving at no place. He's leaving everything there, including his car in the driveway.
Well,
No,
I think
the
hardest thing that I ever did was driving home from St. Mike's with a brand new baby and putting him on my coffee table in the baby seat and looking at him going, what the hell do I do next for this? That was the hardest thing for me.
But that's also one of the more stressful things in life. New baby.
It is. Thank God there's mothers to show us how to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, oh God. Can you imagine that? Just coming home from the hospital without the missus.
Yeah.
Then what?
And then dodging the yellow mustard coming out.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're like, what the?
Oh, they should be wearing something to catch that stuff.
That's right.
There's always adoption.
Yeah.
Like, give it up.
JC.
Yeah.
adopting a 20-year-old.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Can you skip the infancy and the childhood and the teen years? 20. Can you adopt a 20-year-old who's already out of the house? Perfect.
Come on,
these days.
straight to the pub.
Straight to drinking buddy.
By the way, you're sleeping at your own flat tonight.
Perfect. By the way, speaking of new clubs, how do you think Tani Oluwaseyi felt this weekend? All right, him and Tejan both on the pitch. Tejan starts. Actually, Tanny started as well, didn't he?
Mhm.
Against Real Madrid. Now, I know these are professionals, right? And they're used to playing against big players, good players. They different mindset to a fan. I get that. But still, there has to be an element for Taniolo Asay, who just a few weeks ago was playing in Minnesota. And now he's up in the pitch against Real Madrid. There has to be a moment, right, where you go, oh, my God. Do you guys have that moment ever in your careers when you're very young when like, oh, my God, this is different to what I'm used to? There has to be the moment. A team, a game, a player.
Yeah, I mean, you're at playing against Real Madrid. They were away as well, weren't they? I think.
Yeah, I believe so. It's a Bernabeu.
Yeah,
right?
like you're looking around, going, "This is just amazing. Where am I right now? This is incredible."
Was there a
I thought it
stadium
was.
was there a stadium, Kreger, that you went, oh, look at this? Like what am I doing in this pitch? Like where you look around, you're like the ghosts of the former players, the ghosts of the team crest are floating around your head.
Oh yeah. I mean, the hardest probably moment was the first time I played at Anfield, and Bruce Grobbelaar, who I idolized as a player in Vancouver for the Whitecaps, and gets his move to Liverpool, walking out, going down the stairs. They got the sign there. This is Anfield. I wanted to touch it, but I would have been probably beat up. No opposition touch it.
Knees like that.
Yeah.
You're tall enough, right? You could have faked it, actually, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Like watching your head. Oops.
Yeah. I would have got clouded.
Did you speak to Grobbelaar?
Dealing with the whole spectacle and being at Anfield, which was just incredible, and then walking out with Bruce Grobbelaar next to me, that was another layer to that. But
did you try and be his mascot, Kreger? You tried to hold his hand?
Yeah.
Screw off. I'm holding Grobbelaar's hand.
Yeah.
Did you say hello to him? Or, hey, Brucey.
Yeah. Any of those stadiums, though, Jimmy? Like you go to Old Trafford, Azteca was another one you walk into, and you're just like, wow, this is a cathedral of history and memories. It's amazing.
It's a great feeling. Just thinking, I can't believe I'm on this pitch.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Tanny one, there was someone who put up from playing Real Salt Lake to playing Real Madrid, right? And you're like, ooh, that's quite a move.
Yeah.
But you look back when you're in that situation, you just look back and think, okay, where you came from, where you're playing. Like I'm growing up playing football in Toronto, and all of a sudden now I'm stepping onto some of the biggest venues in the world and thinking, how did a guy from Toronto and like Craig, a guy from BC, Vancouver, get here now? And now you're playing on these big stages. And I think that was a crazy moment for myself when I was thinking about it.
Surreal, I imagine.
It really was.
But when the whistle blows, does it all go away, or are the moments throughout the match and you're still thinking the same thing?
Well, it's gone when you got a guy that's running like Ben Johnson past you.
Yeah, I guess so. I was just back in Toronto.
I'm not thinking about local football anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be subbed off.
Yeah. You're not thinking of the streets of the fields of Vaughan. You're not thinking about that when you're being beaten by Roberto Carlos out wide or something. Yeah. Wow. I always think that the tunnel. Actually, you should do a show on just some tunnel stories, right? You see them on TV. There's a little bit of banter back and forth, right? There's that famous one with I think it's Vieira and Roy Keane. Gets played a lot on social media, right? And there's some shenanigans in that tunnel, though. But generally speaking, is there much conversation? Is it just if you know someone?
Yeah, there's not usually a lot of conversation, except a little hello to the guys you know on the other team. Generally speaking, unless you're playing against Wimbledon the crazy game back in the day, they would be given at large, Vinnie Jones and those types.
Were they? Yeah, they try and get into your head that early.
Yelling in the tunnel.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not like you're looking over at the other guys. How was your week of training, fellas? Was it good?
Yeah.
What day did you have? Did you have Monday off? Or did you have Wednesday off? Like, did you fly up or bus?
I guess it's no different to any sport, right? Any level, really,
Yeah,
is it?
you don't have
Before a
those
match. It's the same
conversations.
thing. Yeah. What about in football, Wonga? Like the other football? You all kind of geared up. You got
No, it's all separate. You don't even know that.
Oh, is it?
Well, especially the difference, I think, too, and this is a hockey thing. When the game starts, everyone looks the same too, right? Because of the masks, because of the helmets, all that kind of stuff. So it's easy to take yourself out of the personalization of it. Oh, I've got to cover this one guy, or it's very, very you don't even know who they are half the time. So you're a soldier out there. It's not like you don't really have that opportunity to speak at each other except through the media. That's about it.
Did you ever run through the banner? You know, like the football, like, you see the
No. We couldn't afford banners at CISU Sports back then.
Wonger didn't sell enough hot dogs in the stands.
That's right.
Or he would have been knocked over by the banner.
Yeah, show beer flood. Yeah, show beer flood. That's hot dog, cold beer.
Yeah, Wonga would have run into the banner, and the banner took him out.
Yeah, clotheslined him.
Concussion.
150 pounds trying to go through a banner. It's not going to work.
What was that one in the States when they ran into the marching band?
That's right.
Collision.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I thought that was really funny.
It is. It is really funny.
230-pound lineman running into the brass band section.
Did you ever see the one with the little kids, the American football kids, and they had a banner and they're trying to usher them to go, around and come through the banner, but then half of them went this way, the other went that way, and they all smashed each other.
Stupid football players.
Or the cheerleader that gets just leveled by the
smash,
whole team.
Yeah.
Not going any further with that one.
No.
Cheerleaders being smashed.
Don't know where you're going with that, JC.
Yeah.
No.
We'll end it.
Me.
What else happened this weekend? Both Natan Saliba and Adlet, they won, and Ismail Kone and Sassuolo won again. They're at the 9th place. Been a good start for Kone, and Sassuolo played well again by all accounts, as did Saliba. Got me thinking a little bit, because Eustachio, I think, was on the bench again this weekend at Porto. Is there going to be a world where we start talking about a Saliba-Kone central midfield partnership for Canada? If Stefan Eustachio continues to not play regular starts, he gets lots of minutes, and he does start some big games at Porto, I know that. But if it continues not starting every game, and if Saliba and Kone keep playing the way they're playing, is there a world where the narrative shifts regarding the Canada midfield, Jimmy?
Possibly. I do like that midfield with Saliba and Kone. But look, I mean, that's what you want. You want these players to have those opportunities to play alongside each other, create those connections, because like we said, in this World Cup, there's not a lot of time to recover. You're not going to start with the same 11 every single match. And if you can have different pairings on the pitch that work with one another, the better it is. So, and if it's who's in form, but I think it's a very good partnership, Saliba and Kone.